Hey, this is Drodio. I'm the CEO of Storytell, and it's exciting to share how Storytell can help you understand the contract mumbo jumbo that has to do with buying and selling a home. Storytell's Smart Chat can help you understand the dense legal and contract paperwork, property disclosure documents, federal and state level tax documents, closing documents, all that kind of contract mumbo jumbo so that you can buy and sell your home with confidence. And the really nice thing about Storytel and Smart Chat is you can ask as many questions as you want. It never gets tired of answering. And so this is actually something that's really nice if you're a realtor for you to do for your clients so that they have a resource that they can ask all of their questions to, even the questions they're afraid to ask you. The nice thing about asking it of Storytel is that it is always happy to answer. And so I'm going to show you the Storytel platform. I'm actually going to drop into my account where I have uploaded some property documents. So I'm imagining that I'm buying a house and I've uploaded 3 documents here, and I'm going to show you what these are. These are just some sample documents. I've got a sample closing statement. Now I just pulled this from the internet. It's a public document. It's not actually like my closing document. I also have a property disclosure form. And as you know, these are very, very, very long and dense PDFs. And so there's, this one happens to be 361 pages long. And then there's like a sample property tax bill. Again, I just grabbed one of these from the internet just to kind of imagine you're loading up a number of documents into this container, and I'm calling it my property documents. And so now you can see the documents are here. And if I click on view on one document, then I'm able to start to understand that specific document. So I get a little bit of an executive summary here. I can do the same thing for these other documents. But the real power here is that I can start to chat with all of these documents. And so in the Storytel platform, there's 2 main sections. There is the knowledge, which is the content manager that we're in right now, but then there's also a smart chat section up top. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say that I want to chat with this tag. I want to chat with all the documents that I've put into my property documents here, these 3. So when I say chat with this tag, then it's going to take me to the smart chat section. So now I'm up here instead of being down here. And now I can start to ask some questions. And in fact, I just asked a question: what should I know about this property? And in fact, let me just ask it again so we can see the answer build here. And in fact, I'm just going to ask it the question in a little bit of more detail. So I'm saying, what should I know about this property? Respond in a bullet point format with a title for each item, followed by a detailed summary, and I'll say for each. And then I can also say, in fact, let me even deepen this a bit more. So I've just told it to respond with an executive summary first. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send down here, and we're going to see that Storytel is going to be looking at those 3 documents that I've put in. And so it is giving me now a summary, an executive summary here. And it says things like it requires roof repairs. Let me go back up here. Requires roof repairs, has issues with the chimney and decking, may have environmental hazards. And so, the first thing that I would wonder if it were me, I would say, wow, that seems like a really big deal. Can I trust this information? And so you can see here that each answer has a reference footnote. For example, this one says 2. And what that means is that if you were to click on the reference footnote, we're going to tell you where we got this answer from. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the reference footnote. And what we'll see is that on the right side, I'm going to get the actual references. So these are what we call story tiles. Each one of these is a bit of information. Think of it like a nugget of information that we have taken from that long 361-page PDF. We broke it up into a lot of discrete units of information. We call each one a story tile. And we are showing you which of the story tiles did we use to answer this question. So you can see we used a bunch of story tiles to answer this question. And you can look through these and you can see the actual parts of the original document. And then if you want to, you can actually click and you can go to the original document. So now you can get to the original PDF. And so this is a way for you to be able to trust the answer, you can see that a lot of these answers here have these reference footnotes. You can also choose to look at it in a little of a better looking way. You can click on these dots here and say, I want to turn Markdown on, and that's going to give me a better looking summary. So here's the executive summary, and here's the summary in bullet point format: roof repairs, chimney and decking issues, environmental hazards, remodeling and alterations, etc. And then there's the detailed summary below. So this is just a really nice way to be able to chat with all the documents, all the content that's involved in the home buying and selling process. You can imagine maybe you make a tag here or a group for one property with all the documents for that one property. Maybe you make another smart chat group for all your properties. And then you can start to ask Storytell to give you relative comparisons between two different properties. And I want to show you how to do that. So I am just going to do a search. I'll use any real estate website. I'll just use Redfin. Now, property is ridiculously expensive in California, but I'm just going to pull up some random properties here. So this is one property. I'll pull up another property here, and here's another property. So here's 3 separate properties for us to be taking a look at. Now, Storytell also has a Chrome extension. And you can see on the right side of my browser here, I've got this little thing popping in the right. When this thing is in this closed position, it's not running. But what I can do, since I've installed it, we can see right up here that I've installed it. I can click on it to open it up. And when I open it up, it's actually going to read the content of the page and split that content into story tiles. This is what I was mentioning earlier. These are the nuggets of information that we are now able to use to compare the properties against each other. So we can see that it's generating story tiles for this property. It's giving me a summary of the property. So this is a summary from the page with some key concepts about the property, including, down payment and all sorts of other things. So that's great. Now I'm able to get a summary. I can also ask some questions about this property. For example, I asked, what are the best features about this property? And so now I can chat with the Chrome extension, and it tells me what the best features are: garage spaces, an updated interior, etc. And so I've done this for this property. I'm going to also do this over here for this one. So this one's going to start Storytell as well as this third property. And so now what I'm starting to do is not only am I able to chat with the content right in the page, but it also adds these story tiles to my Storytell dashboard. And so now I can go back into Smart Chat and we can start to do some incredible analysis. So let's do that next. Now I can see here that these 3 properties are in my dashboard. And so I'm going to click View on the first one, and it's going to give me this executive summary about the property. And what I can do is I can add a tag, and maybe I'm going to create a new tag called San Mateo, my San Mateo property search, San Mateo CA property search. And so what I can do is now I can put all of the properties in here that are related to that. I'm going to this property, I'm going to add my San Mateo property search tag to this second property. I'll add it to this third one as well that I grabbed from the Chrome extension. And so now what I've done is I have created a new Smart Chat that has 3 properties in it. And now I can chat with just these 3 properties. So let's try that. So I'm saying I want to evaluate these 3 properties in San Mateo to figure out which one would be best for my needs. I'm looking for a property with at least 3 bedrooms and some great outdoor space. Which property should I focus on? And it's telling me that the property at 21 South Norfolk Street would be great to focus on. It tells me a bit about the property itself. Now I'm saying that I want to evaluate these properties against each other. I'm asking it to make a table. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into this markdown mode so that I can see this table. And it's telling me a little bit about the relative benefits of each. And what if I have kids and a dog and I want to know which property is going to be best for a dog? So I might say, which ones have the most interesting features for children? Also, I have a dog. Which one would be best suited for a dog? And then it can tell me a bit about the property has a backyard and a shed. Backyard provides a space the children can play. It's telling me this one, it's not telling me very much. This one, it doesn't have information about kids, so go get more information. So this is a really nice way to be able to go deep on any one specific property and all the documentation that's related to it, but then also go wide and broad and have it help you think through, gosh, which property would I really be most interested in here? And I'll just give you one other answer. I have to commute from San Mateo to the city of San Francisco. Which property would be best? And it's telling me that this property is the closest to public transit. It's in a central location with 101 and Caltrain. So again, this is just something that I can use to help me in my decision making. So I hope that was helpful and valuable. And if you give it a try, we'd love to hear about your experience. Thanks.